and my sense of trust in one blow. I cut contact, blocked them on everything, moved to a new apartment, threw myself into work, and tried to forget. But every time I saw a couple holding hands or heard Queen on the radio, it was like a knife twisting in my gut. Fast forward to 2023. I'd been grinding at work, pouring my heartbreak into code. A side project, a budgeting app I built to manage my own finances, caught the eye of an investor. By 2024, my startup was valued at $10 million. I'm not saying this to brag, it's just context. I went from eating instant ramen to owning a condo downtown. Money didn't fix the hole in my chest, but it gave me options. I started hearing snippets about Sarah and Jake through mutual friends. They were engaged, living in our old neighborhood, but struggling. Jake was bartending, Sarah was still freelancing, and they couldn't afford the wedding Sarah always wanted. Back when we were together, she'd show me Pinterest boards of this historic venue in Chicago, a 19th century mansion with chandeliers and a rose garden. It was her dream, but it cost $50,000 minimum. We'd laughed it off as a pipe dream back then. I don't know why, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. Maybe it was nostalgia. Maybe it was guilt for moving on so well while they struggled. I'd started dating again, a woman named Mia, 27, who's kind and funny. But Sarah's dream wedding haunted me. I wasn't in love with her anymore, but I wanted her to have that one thing she'd always wanted. Closure, maybe? Or proof I wasn't the bitter ex. In January 2025, I did something insane. I contacted the mansion venue under a fake name, James Carter, and said I wanted to sponsor a wedding for a dear friend. I paid $50,000 up front. Full package, catering, flowers, a string quartet, the works. I made the venue sign an NDA, ensuring Sarah and Jake would never know it was me. I told myself it was a gift, no strings attached. I didn't want gratitude or drama. I just wanted Sarah to have her fairy tale day, even if it was with Jake. The venue worked with Sarah and Jake, telling them an anonymous donor had covered the costs as part of a charity program. They bought it. I didn't tell a soul, not even Mia. It felt like a secret I could carry to my grave, a quiet way to let go of the past. The wedding was last weekend, June 15th, 2025. I wasn't invited, obviously, but I saw photos on a mutual friend's Instagram. Sarah in a flowing white dress, Jake in a tux, the mansion glowing under fairy lights. It was exactly how she'd described it. She looked radiant, happier than I'd ever seen her. Jake was grinning like he'd won the lottery. For the first time in years, I didn't feel angry. I felt free, like I'd finally closed the book on that chapter of my life. I went out for beers with Mia that night, and life felt good. I was moving forward, building something new. I thought that was the end of it. 2 days ago, everything blew up. A mutual friend, Lisa, 29F, called me in a panic. Apparently, the venue's coordinator slipped up and mentioned James Carter to Sarah while finalizing paperwork. I can't tell all in the short story for the full story link below.